All right. I think the Cincinnati Bengals are lying to us. Not kind of, not maybe. I mean full on draft smokescreen. Because everything we're hearing right now, they don't need this. They're focused on that. The best player available, I'm not buying any of it. I think there's one move coming, and it happens. It'll change everything. And I don't think fans are ready for it. And here's the other thing Cincinnati sports right now, man, we got teams people are hyping up, teams people are already giving up on. Today, we're buying and selling all of it. And yeah, I got one take that on the Cincinnati Reds that might not go over real well. Let's get into it. And welcome back to the Cincinnati Sports Scene Podcast. I'm your host, Dave, and that there is my son, Sam. And tonight, we are bringing you a great lineup. Yes, we have the Bengals Smokescreen pre-draft edition. Plus, we are playing the stock market with the Cincinnati sports franchises. We are buying or we're selling based on the questions that you may hear. And as always, we appreciate you hopping on this train and watching or listening where you find your favorite podcast. If you do us a big favor, hit that like and subscribe and share it out. Let us grow. To all the Cincinnati sports fans out there, we would really appreciate it. So let's get right into it here. Bengals smoke screens. The first one here, they don't need an offensive lineman. Is that a smoke screen, son? Or do you think draft one here?
Well, what I think they should do and what they're going to do are probably two different things.
What they're going to do?
They do need another tackle. I'm not sold on Orlando Brown. I mean, past 2 years, he's kind of been on a drop. So, their plan is to go in with him, obviously, but it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world if, a second or third round pick is spent on a tackle, maybe sit a year or two to develop behind him. I guess that's kind of an in-between answer, but I'm going to say smokescreen because I think they do need a tackle.
Yeah, I'm definitely going smokescreen as well. They let Matt Lee go, who was like a 7th-round pick a couple of years ago. He basically played 3 positions. I agree with you. There's a need for a backup center, right? Karras has played 64 straight games since joining the Bengals, and he's getting up there. We need somebody who can play multiple positions on the line, center and guards, either guards, and maybe even a tackle position. But I like your idea of drafting a tackle early in the, second, third pick. If you're going any later than that, they need to find somebody, a jack of all trades type of guy. All right, So next one on the Bengals. The defense is the priority with pick number 1. Truth or misdirection?
Truth. I think it has to be. Obviously you don't want to reach, but I think there's plenty of defensive talent that's available that they'll have their choice from. And they need help at all 3 levels, pass rush, linebacker, and DB. So I don't really think you can go wrong by taking whoever's the best available at one of those 3 groups.
Yeah, I think you're right there. I think it is a truth. We're lower 4th of the league in the defensive average. If we are just NFL average, we're playing in the postseason, right?
Right.
So I think that, that's what they need to do is they need to make it a priority. All the pundits are saying it's probably a priority, but the last couple of people coming to visit, kind of turn your head a little bit when they bring in the wide receiver, the speedy wide receiver from Oregon. You're like, okay, they're not, that could be a whatever, but we'll see. So we both are truth of that. So the next one, do we believe that they will always take the best player available? If their guy is gone, are they going to go the best player available, or are they sticking to the board? Do we buy it? The best player available?
I think they would go best player available. We've seen them over the years, especially the past couple. They think highly of the guys that they have. They're not necessarily going to draft for need. They think that they're a contending team. So they'll take the best player available. Which, worst case scenario in my mind is Jeremiah Love is sitting there. hasn't been picked yet. Because, I mean, he would be the best player available after third or fourth pick, and they decide to go that route. I don't think that they will, but that would be worst case scenario in my mind.
I think when we're talking best player available, if you have like Jeremy Love up there, and then you have their need, just say they're like Caleb Downs is there too. Right?
Mm-hmm.
To me, this is a sell on the Bengals because they've proven in the past that they don't draft best player available. They stick to their board. If they need a defensive lineman in the first round, and you got Caleb Downs up there and you have somebody else up there, they're going to go with their top of their board, which would be the defensive lineman. Now, I agree with you that yes, they need the defense all three levels, but when we're talking best player available, to me, Caleb Downs is probably the best defensive player available as far as overall tools, in my opinion, with his smarts, how he can play that, the back end and really set the back end up for a long, long time for the Bengals.
I agree with that. Yeah.
All right. And then what is the biggest need they won't admit to?
Probably linebacker. Yeah, I'm leaning that way.
That's what I have.
Just because they're going to give the two guys they drafted, Barrett and Carter, another year. They don't want to give up on them and admit that they were wrong yet. So I'm not, maybe they'll bring in a fourth or fifth round linebacker, but they're not using a value pick on a linebacker. We can go ahead and chalk that up right now.
Yeah, that's exactly what I had, is that they will not admit that they missed out on the draft last year. They missed on those two picks. So they are going to give them every opportunity this coming year to do well. All right. So now, if we missed anything, let us know in the comments. Something that you think the Bengals, will do. Are they, throwing some smoke screens out? Everybody does it this time of year since it's getting real close to the draft. What kind of misdirections do you think the Bengals are doing? And let us know down below if you agree with us or not. So now we're moving on to our next segment. This is the Cincinnati stock market, buy or sell. This is going to be kind of like a rapid fire type of thing. We're going to read a few things for Sam. He'll answer. It's going to be kind of fast. It's going to be decisive. He's going to boom, 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 let you know. So here we go. You're going to buy or sell the Bengals. This is Bengals here. We got two questions on the Bengals. First question, buy or sell. The defense becomes the top 15 in the league.
So
why?
I don't think they're going to address the linebacker. And if you have the worst linebacking unit, you're not going to be a top half defense.
Yep, I think
you're just not.
I'm selling too because of the linebacker and just the run. You can't stop the run. And if you're not going to address that, then we're in a lot of trouble. Buy or sell. This year's 2020 football team is going to make a deep playoff run.
So I'm just off of it. I'm counting on 2021, 2022 anymore. I mean, it's 3 straight years where they haven't made the playoffs. We can't pencil it in. I need to see it now again before I believe it.
Yep, I think if they become a top 15 team, pencil it in for a deep playoff run. If they don't, I don't know if they make the playoffs.
Yeah.
All right, and the last one, trade either up or back on draft day.
Bye. I would just love for them to make a move. Just be aggressive. If you move back, get an extra pick or two. And if you move up, I mean, go get your guy, right? Like especially if the intel is saying, I don't know who their one is, but say it's Ruben Bain and you hear, oh, he's going top 5, go up into the top 5 and go get him. I'd love to see the Bengals do that once in my lifetime.
There would be a lot of excitement around. They did it once and they got burned on it with Kajana Carter, and they've
right, that was before I was born, or I was like 2 or 3.
I remember. You wouldn't believe how excited this city was when the Bengals moved up to the number 1 because they wanted Kajana Carter, and he was oh my gosh, he was it. And then the carpet monster at Detroit got him, ACL. But then the Bengals, would not give Mike Dick their number 1 pick so that he could, he was going to trade.
Get Ricky Williams.
Ricky Williams instead.
Yeah.
Billy Smith, come on down. Yeah. So I will buy this as well, but I am buying because they've been known to do this in the later rounds. They don't want to give up their top 3 picks to go up to, whatever. They'll give up a 6th-round pick, a 7th-round pick to maybe move up to the back into the 6th round, something like that, or pick, the 6th round next year or something like that. But they're not going to give up a 1 and a 2 or 2 1s to move up to the top 5 to get. They're just not going to do it. They're just not going to do that. All right, now the Reds, here we go. Are we buying or selling that this current team is a playoff team?
I'm going to say sell. Yeah, Abbott hasn't looked great. The offense outside of Sal Stewart hasn't looked great. And who knows what Green and Lodolo will look like when they get back. I think they'll look well, but the way you frame the question, I just can't say it. So I'm going to say sell.
I'm going to buy that this is a playoff team. I mean, they're better than they were last year. I think the offense will start to hit. And when they start to hit, I think that's going to overcome these poor starts that these young guys have had. They were great their first outing, their second outing, not so good. And that's what you're going to do. You're going to ride that roller coaster of these young arms until, they become veterans. But I think our offense will start to hit as the weather warms up a little bit.
I hope so.
Buy or sell. Our young core is legit.
I'm going to buy it just because I think Sal Stewart and Ellie can carry, even if McLean doesn't pan out or somebody like that. Those two are studs, and they'll be able to carry the young guys going forward the next couple years.
Yep, I'm buying this. I'm buying the young core as well. I do love Louder and Burns's ability.
And Burns, yeah.
Ellie, you mentioned. Sal Stewart. I mean, you couldn't ask for anything more than what that kid has given so far.
No, not.
And then if McLean has any type of year, and maybe, just maybe. And now, last one, buy or sell. The Reds finally make a big splash at the trade deadline or before the trade deadline.
I'm going to say sell. I'll see it. I'll believe it when I see it. I just can't get my hopes up for a big splash again. I just can't.
I'm selling too because of one thing and one thing only. I know Kroll has done a great job with the limited resources and working trades and stuff, the minor peripheral trades. But the company line that he's going to toe, we're getting Hunter Green back in after July 10th or whatever. Better than any trade that we could get at the deadline. Our club is going to be better because Hunter Green is coming back. That is the company line. He is going to toe that. We're not seeing any big splashes along the way. But I do reserve to change my answer.
Right, to change your mind?
If there's another major injury to the starting rotation or like Ellie, if there's a big-time injury with Ellie there, that's where I say, okay, they then might be able that they're going to have to go and do something to replace that bat. All right, so let's see. FC Cincinnati. Buy or
just sell. Whatever you're saying, sell. Sell it all.
Buy or
sell it all.
This is a legit championship contender.
Sell. I mean, I'm honestly surprised Noonan still has a job. I really am. We won't get too much into it, but they have had 4 straight games with the red card. 4. That's unheard of. I mean, that's like elementary school kids that don't know how to play soccer getting stuff. I mean, that the lack of discipline is unreal. Kevin Danke's gotten 2 of those red cards. I wouldn't play him again. I mean, it shows that Noonan's lost the locker room and can't get these guys under control. They're just going out doing whatever they feel like. That's an awful look for a professional team to have 4 straight games with a red card. That's really bad.
I will sell on one condition, that this next question does not happen. It's not a buy, but if it is a buy, then I may go back and buy the last question.
Don't say it.
The front office, you're going to buy or sell. The front office makes a move a major move this season. And I'm going to go and say I'm buying that because of the Neymar rumors. If they happens, focus a championship here in Cincinnati.
First 7 years ago, Neymar he's 2 years older than me. He's 32, and he moves like a 60-year-old. This dude he is toast. I mean, he cashed in his Saudi Arabia thing. He played 5 games in 2 years over there. He's moved back to Brazil. He's played like 3 games in a year there. All the dude wants to do, talk about it. I mean, he'll love the Hard Rock. I mean, he'll shut that place down. I mean, seriously, he missed his team's. This was like 2 weeks ago. He missed their game because he was just at the casino all night and just didn't show up. So
Hey, so did Jermaine Burton, and he lasted a couple of years on the Bengals.
So if that's what you want to bring into FC Cincinnati, and also Neymar's not coming to Cincinnati. I mean, somebody like that, just he's not setting foot in Cincinnati unless they strike the Saudi deal where he doesn't actually live here and they just fly him in for games. Then maybe, but he's not setting foot in Cincinnati. I also don't want him to.
All right, so here we go. We got the UC Bearcats, and we're just talking football. I would have thrown in basketball, but there's just so much unknown with the new coach and everything. I want to give him time before we buy or sell. We'll wait, and we're going to reserve judgment, let him get through the preseason and stuff like that before we make a lot of comments on.
At least get his roster together.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so buy or sell Bearcats. This football program, it's on the upward swing, trending upwards.
I'll buy it only because I kind of want to be optimistic. Satterfield, they've gotten better each year. I mean, you lost your quarterback, but I'm not upset that Sorsby's gone. We'll see how his replacement does and what that looks like. But I'd want to give Satterfield and the squad the benefit of the doubt. They have gotten better each year, so I'm going to sell that they'll keep improving. Excuse me, I'm going to buy that they keep improving.
Yeah, I am buying that they're going to be moving upwards. I like their quarterback who they brought in from Georgia Southern, JC. I don't know what his last name is, but I just know his first name. Initials are JC. Field says, he's coming in, making all the throws. The offensive coordinator yesterday in the paper just said, yes, we've got packages for a lot of the guys, but this guy is taking the majority of it. So you going into the fall, he's probably your number one. So that makes it a little smoother as far as they're not competing for that number one spot. You've got the guy and he can get comfortable. He doesn't have to look over his shoulder. So that's, to me, I think that will help the team tremendously come September. All right. And the last one here, buy or sell. The Bearcats, make a New Year's Day bowl game. Not the playoffs. New Year Day bowl game.
I'm going to sell that. That'd be a pretty big improvement. I mean, that's getting up to 10 wins probably to secure something like that. I'm not sure that they're there, but I could see 8 or 9 wins out of them for sure. So I'm going to sell the New Year's bowl game.
Yeah, I think I'm going to sell it just because I don't know a lot about how good their defense is going to be this year. I just don't know. I mean, last year they had a hard time stopping the run too, and they're losing their linebacker, their senior linebacker. And, it's tough to replace all that experience, and Corleone's gone.
Yeah.
So, it's tough to replace, but hopefully that they will. But yeah, I like that 8-9 victories, and you never know if they get on a roll.
Yeah. Definitely
they can do some damage. All right. So that was our buy or sell. If you want to buy something, go ahead and chime in the comments. Let us know what you're buying. Let us know what you're selling and why. Moving on, we've got our little rapid fire overreaction or reality. So I'm going to read the statement. Sam, you're saying, is it overreaction, reality? And you can give just a quick reason why.
All right.
First one, Bengals must hit on this draft.
Reality. They haven't really hit the last two. I mean, they need several pieces, and they're not going to attack it via free agency, so they've got to hit in the draft.
I say it's a reality because if they don't make the playoffs, Burrow, his time's ticking. His time is ticking, and he may just say, you guys aren't doing enough. I'm sitting out, a la Carson Palmer. He does that, Jamar Chase is going to follow him.
Yep.
All right, number 2. If the Reds don't start scoring more runs, they will be home come playoff time.
True. That's reality. It's tough to continually win games when you're only putting up 2 or 3 runs. The pitching staff's just not going to have it every single day. That puts a lot of stress on your starters and on your bullpen arms. It's just not a sustainable way to to win ball games, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think it's reality as well. I'm a believer in that buy and sell, that the offense is going to start to hit. The problem is, we've been hitting here the last couple of games, but we just haven't had timely hits.
Mm-hmm.
So we gotta be able to drive those in. We can't leave 10 runners on base all the time. All right, FC Cincinnati is still the best team in the city.
No, what?
Overreaction or
Overreaction? Yeah, that'd be an overreaction. They're not the best team in the city. I say currently, right now, we don't have one. just because you can't. They've lost 4 straight, or they haven't won in 4 straight games or something like that. And they look bad too. It's not like they look good and they're just catching bad luck. They look bad.
I'm going to say it's an overreaction just because I like their front office. I do like Noonan, and I know you made some valid points about him maybe losing the locker room. I think the front office is going to make a move, and I think that will get the players' attention because somebody's going to be on their way out. And if it doesn't, then Noonan's on his way out. But they're not going to sit still, is what I'm saying. That's why I think it's
okay. I can get on board with that.
That's why I think it's a little overreaction. We're overreacting to these losses, but so in other words, it's a reality. And then the last one, or the second last one, UC football must play in the Big 12 championship game, or Satterfield is fired. Is that reality or an overreaction?
I think that's an overreaction as well. I think if they see improvement again and get to those 8 or 9 wins, he'll get an extension, which I think would be deserved. Wow. I will say if he, I know, but if he does not, if they're at 7 wins or they regress.
Look back on previous episodes where he's throwing him under the bus before he even gets off the bus from Louisville.
I'm not saying I want him to, but I want the football team to succeed. And if they win 8 or 9 games, I think that would be a bad move to get off of the coach that got you there. As much as I don't care for him. Now, if he only wins 7 or 6 or even fewer, yeah, I'm going to be right there at I'll hold his hand and escort him back to the airport. Yeah, that's fine. But, if they improve and are around that 8, 9 wins again, I don't see a reason that you would let a coach like that go.
I am saying it's an overreaction as well, and here's the reason why. It's all because of Wes Miller. They fired him. They had to buy him out. UC is not. They can't fire coaches left and right,
right?
Because they can't afford the buyout. So whether he wins 6 games this year, 8 games this year, he wins the first 7 and then loses the next 5, it doesn't make a bowl game, he's coming back just because of that.
Well, his contract is up. Like, he's on the last year.
He's on his last year. I thought he had one more year. I thought he had one more year.
It's going to be year 4, right?
Yeah.
He signed a 4-year deal.
I thought he signed a 5-year deal.
I'm pretty sure it was a 4. Maybe I could be wrong.
Well, if it's only a 4-year deal, then yeah, then it's probably reality, because they don't lose any money if he doesn't come back.
Right.
And if he comes back, you give him a 2-year extension or whatnot, and then you move there.
Well, my computer sucks, so there was an article. It looked like I just saw the money, but whatever. Either way, I don't think
somebody out there.
Yeah, you're right. They're not going to pay a big buyout for him. So
somebody out there in listener land, they'll let us know. So please, if you know the situation on Satterfield, if this is last year, if he's up for renewal, or he's got one more year left.
Oh, here we go.
Drop it in the comments.
6 year. It was a 6-year deal, so I guess he would have 2 years left.
2 years left.
So, okay.
What's the buyout now?
Let's see here.
What the buyout is after year 4? Because that could be, if it's $1 million buyout, then maybe they can.
Yeah.
But it's probably at least his salary.
His salary is 3.4, with $100,000 annual raise. So he'd be at 3.94 million now. So I'd assume that's what his buyout would be. It wouldn't be higher than that.
No, it wouldn't be higher than that. So yeah. All right. So that is our overreaction or reality. Let us know what we got right. Let us know what we got wrong, and why. Let us know. Last week, if you joined us, we gave our bold predictions for the Masters, and we came on and we said, we're going to be held accountable. You can take us to the cleaners, and you can take me to the cleaners. I've got the green here for the green jacket.
Real quick, I do have Satterfield's. So his buyout is 70% of his remaining pay.
Okay.
So it's not necessarily a dollar figure. It's just 70% of whatever is left.
Probably, right? Because if you're saying
So
it's like
let's see here.
3.49, 3.5, 3.
So as of, this is going into this year, so this is accurate. As of today, his total contract remaining is $8.19 million. So if they fired him right now, 70% of that.
56 mil or 5 million.
5.6, yeah.
5.6. Yeah. All right. So as I was saying last week, we made our bold master picks, and we're coming back on here. And yes, I was wrong. Not only was I wrong that a first timer was going to win, I was also wrong in the fade, because I said fade Rory, because he came off of, because it's only happened 3 times. I mean, the odds were in my favor, but apparently Rory had different aspirations than what the Cincinnati Sports Scene Podcast predicted. Kudos to Rory. I'm manning up, saying I was totally wrong on not one, but both of those predictions of the Masters. And what about you?
Yeah, I mean, my Bryson pick did not pan out. Obviously, he missed the cut entirely, so that didn't look great.
At least my Oberg got to play on the weekend.
My fade was John Rahm, which I mean, it's not like he played well, so I guess I got that one right. But yeah, I mean, when you're picked to win the whole thing, doesn't make the weekend. It's not a great pick.
That's not a great pick, no. So but hey, I faded the champion, so
I mean, I didn't know Augusta, Georgia had beaches, but Bryson DeChambeau apparently found that out this week. So
he might have. It played hard. I mean, it
he enjoyed his time in the sand.
Yeah, I was going to say, yes.
Just say that.
He probably did. All right. Okay, moving on. We've got some trivia this week. Last week, we gave you a little Masters trivia about the last rookie to win the Masters, and that was Fuzzy Zeller, 1979. And then Sam has the trivia for this week. If you want to play along, go ahead and try to guess and drop the comments in. And, he'll give me about 30 seconds to a minute to try to answer, and then he'll tell the answer. So if you don't want to hear the answer, mute us and keep guessing. All right. What do you got, son?
All right. So we're going to do a little home run trivia. So I want you to give me the 5 guys with the most career home runs who did not hit 500. So I'm looking for those next 5 guys right below 500.
Oh boy.
I mean, it's some big names.
Yeah.
So this will be fun.
5 guys. Let's see. I am going to start with, I think, did Palmeiro have 500?
Palmeiro had 500.
What about Schmidt? Mike Schmidt.
Oh, he's not in the top 5. Let's see. Mike Schmidt has 548, so he is in the 500 club.
So the 400, is that like...
I'll give you one hint. The first 2 guys are tied with 493. That's where it'll start at.
493. Boy, I should know this. All the guys I'm thinking of, they probably have just like Al Kaline. I think he has like 512 or something like that. What about like Albert Bell?
Albert Bell is not on the list. I'm scrolling down. He's pretty far down. I don't see him
yet. What about Adam Dunn?
Adam Dunn just missed it. He would be top 10, but he doesn't crack it.
Boy, this is tough. I'm just drawing a blank. Willie Stargell? He probably has more than 500.
Stargell's over 500, yeah.
Roberto Clemente?
No.
Not
Clemente. I don't even know if he got the 400.
Okay, he might not have. Jeff Bagwell.
Well, is at 449.
Okay.
So you're looking for more than that.
Wow. So in between.
He's close. He's just below Adam Dunn.
Wow.
Let's see. So the main guy, talk old school throwback. way back in the day.
Way back. Like, what are you saying way back? Like before my
Like,
era or my era?
yes, like before your era.
Lou
We're
Gehrig.
talking.
That
There you go,
long?
Lou Gehrig. Lou Gehrig,
Lou Gehrig's there.
493.
493.
And so you've got the guy tied with him, more modern, I'd say 80s, 90s, maybe into the early 2000s. And then you've got another one that would be my era, so 2000s, 2010s, and then some more guys in like the 50s and 60s.
Eddie Matthews. I think he had over 500.
He went over 5, yeah. It's not him.
So is there, let's see, George Foster probably did not hit more than 400, I don't think. Willie McCovey had over 500, I think.
He did.
Let's see, 80s. And Dave Kingman?
Nope.
Nope.
Let's see. Guy that's tied with Gehrig was a first baseman. Had a pretty sick nickname.
Will the Thrill Clark?
No.
Stan the Man Musial?
Stan the Man is on the list.
He's on the list, okay.
With 475.
First
That's not who I was looking for there.
Pretty
lefty.
Lefties. A nickname, you said?
Yeah, pretty sick nickname. Let me give you his teams here, because I remember him playing for the Rays, but that was at the tail end of his career. So let's see.
Not Donnie Baseball. Don Mattingly?
No. So I mean, this guy probably more known for his time in Atlanta. Started in Toronto.
Oh, the Crime Dog.
Crime Dog. There you go. Fred McGriff.
Yeah, McGriff.
Yep. He was tied with Lou.
Okay.
That's your 1 and 2. You're missing 3. Stan the Man was 4, so you're missing 3 and 5.
3 and 5, and you said 3. Was he your?
3 is my era, the 2000s into the early 2010s, and then 5 would have been, I'm pretty sure 70s, 60s, 70s. Yeah, 60s and 70s. 5. I mean, one team player his whole career.
Yeah, they back in the 50s. And what team? Maybe that'll help me.
It should give you the answer. Pittsburgh.
50s and 60s? Pittsburgh.
60s and 70s.
60s and
70s.
60s and 70s.
Outfielder.
Well, I said Clemente, but you said no. Parker?
Not Parker.
No, because he wasn't in the 60s. Stargell.
Yep, there you go. Stargell.
Oh, because I thought I said Willie Stargell.
No, you said...
no, I said Willie Stargell.
McCovey.
No, but
you said McCovey.
Oh, okay, but I also said...
I didn't hear you say Stargell. I'm sorry. I did not hear you say Stargell.
I said Stargell, but I think he might have had more than 500.
Gotcha. No, he was at 475.
Okay. That's why I was like, I don't know anybody else.
No, I heard you say McCovey. I didn't hear you say Stargell.
I did say McCovey too. But and then in your era, who did he play for?
A third baseman, most known for Dodgers, Rangers. He also played for the Mariners.
Is it Beltre?
Third baseman. Yep, Beltre. Okay. 477.
He's on.
He is, yeah.
I should have, yeah. All right, so there you have it, those 5. Whew, that was a long way to get there, but we got there. All right, about wraps up our show, but before we leave, we do want to give a little draft tease. Next week is our annual NFL mock draft edition. I'm still looking for a couple more players to join us. If you want to be part of the show, leave me a comment, your favorite team, and we'll see if we like that team enough to let you on and you can draft for your team. Go ahead.
If you say Steelers, you might as well not even type it. So.
Well, unless we're trying to do just an all AFC North, right?
All right. We'll be hospitable, I guess.
I guess. We might.
All right.
We might.
I guess.
Never know. But we may just let them out. But before we go, we are going to give you one prediction for the Bengals pick and then a player that we think the Bengals might get somewhere along the line. So who's your pick for the number 1 spot?
My bold pick is Caleb Downs falls, and we go and we take Caleb Downs.
Yeah, I love that pick, but I've got a feeling
I don't know, but I'm hoping.
I'm thinking they like that Clemson tree. I think they're going to reach, and they're going with Woods out of Clemson. Because I think the way the board's fallen, I think Bain's going to be gone. I think all the big pass rushers are going to be gone, and they're going to panic instead of trading back, and they could have get him back in the 15, 20 where he's slated. They're going to reach and that's who they're going to get. He goes, she was number one on our board from the get-go, blah, 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 blah. So that's my prediction there. And then one name you're watching and hoping the Bengals get somewhere along the line.
I really haven't looked at any late round. Just to be honest, I really haven't. I'd love for them to get somebody from UC in just like the 6th or 7th round. I know they signed Cook in free agency. And I just see somebody from my alma mater drafted to my favorite team. There's not anybody that's worthy of outside of Corleone, a 1st or 2nd round pick, but I doubt they'll take him. But I mean, maybe
I think Golday.
Golday,
linebacker,
4th round or something.
The latest.
Are they saying earlier than that?
A lot of them are having him go like in the 40s.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
so
I don't think the Bengals will take a linebacker that high.
Not that high, because like we said in our buy and sell segment, they're not going to admit that they were wrong last year. But yeah, I would love keep an eye on that guy. And then also the linebacker out of, is it Texas Tech or A&M? I can't remember. Jake something or another.
Rodriguez?
Yeah, because they brought him in.
Did they really? Because he was the Heisman guy for a little bit, right? That's the same dude? Or are we talking about a different guy? I thought that was a Texas Tech guy.
Yeah, it might have been. Yeah, it was because they brought the defensive tackle nose guy in, and they also brought the linebacker in. So that could be a guy who we're looking at round 4, round 5. That I wouldn't be disappointed in if we got some speed, because he can cover and he can tackle. He led the team in tackles this year. So that's what we need for him. All right. We appreciate you for listening. Go ahead and drop us your pick for the Bengals, number 1 pick this year. Not who you hope, but who you think, based off of all the pundits out there and what you know the Bengals to likely do. Just go ahead and give us that, and we'll come back next Sunday night. And if you want to be a part of the show here, we've got spots for 2 more people. Go ahead and let me know your favorite NFL team. And if we like it, like I said, I'll send you an invite with the mock draft board, and you can play along next week. So until then, for Sam, I'm Dave. Everybody, take care.
See ya.